Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to show you a few screen recordings of a few wave defenses I was in. I'm not in game right now. This is literally just a video of, just a video. You're watching me do a video, watching a video. It is tough to join an active wave defense and participate in it while trying to set up and do a video and talk to you all about what's going on here. So, pre-recorded videos. Also, trying to find the right ones. Give examples of what strategy I think is the best and give you evidence that it works. But at the same time, it's not going to work for everybody. But, all right, take a look at who else is in here with me. I'm 56. You got a 53 over here. Go back. You could see what? There's a 55, a 54, and a 52. So 52 through 56. Odd, isn't it? Now I got to make sure I know this is a video and not be clicking on some of these buttons. I've definitely done that a few times. As you can see, I was set up to take the swarms out in wave 1 and the battleships. So I had my ships on opposite sides of the map. That is what I think is the best. I've been binge watching The Office. Never seen it before, but I'm liking it. And one of the episodes was a Christmas episode. They were all doing Secret Santa, and then Michael, the boss, is like, oh, let's change this to Yankee Swap. And it didn't work out too well. Well, think of wave defense like that. You got to crew up for Secret Santa. Use a specific ship, use specific crews for specific hostiles. Yankee Swap would be you're swapping the different type of hostiles with all your teammates. It's not going to work out too well. For certain players, it can absolutely work because you can take out any hostile. Pick a hostile and it dies. It's not like that for a lot of people. Most of this strategy that I'm talking about here is for the little lower level people. If you have G5 epic ships, you probably don't care. Or if you have high tiered G5 rare ships, which I'm getting very close, Sanctus can take out a lot of types of hostiles in wave 10. But you will see in at least one of these videos, my ships will die in wave 10. At least one of them will. And you can see me here. The wave is not over yet, but I realize this is a little bit late, but I had already sent my ship, my Sanctus, over to the next position. You see how he's already here? Oh, shit. I wanted to bring that card. All right. Watch this. I will be right back. Yeah, no, I'm not going to edit that out. So, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is you are, depending on the player you are, most likely you're a lower level player than me. And you're going to want to crew for specific hostiles. Therefore, you are going to want to try to set yourself up for the next wave. See how I'm trying to get my ships moving before the wave starts. Get a head start because you're in limited time. But how do you know where the hostiles are coming from? Well, it is set, and of course this is already dirty because Becca is Like it got pizza sauce on it or something. We made this. A little tab here and little waves. This card is actually pictures from something Blue Mandalorian and Jules Verne made. They have a very nice Google document. Oh, I broke it. Very nice Google document. Tell you a lot of information on waves, like what credit payout you're going to get, as well as what position the hostiles are going to come in from and what type of hostile it is. Now, it's actually somewhat simple to remember. At least it is for me. Waves 1 and 2, and this is the level 40 systems. Waves 1 and 2 are the same. Now, if you noticed, I had swarms up about the 1 o'clock and Romulan battleships down at the 7 o'clock. Waves 1 and 2 are the same. And then it goes counterclockwise 2 spaces. Now, if you can think of 8 positions, north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast. That's 8 positions. So if the swarms, and I know I'm changing from clock positions to north, south, east, west. If the swarms were coming in northeast in wave 1 and 2, counterclockwise 2 spaces. Wave 3, they're coming in from the northwest. Seeing how that works? And then wave 4, they're coming in southwest. And they all do this. All the different type of hostiles do this. So you don't necessarily have to remember what position the hostiles are coming in from specifically. You just have to remember where you sent your ship to set up for that wave. That may be a little easier. Of course, just to throw a little wrinkle into it, thank you, people developing this shit. When wave 7 starts, it goes clockwise. So it switches to clockwise for the last 4 rounds. Why? I don't know. First 2 rounds are the same, then 4 rounds of going counterclockwise, and then 4 rounds of going clockwise. Just to mess with you. It's like they didn't want to make it random, but they wanted to fuck with you. Wow. All right. However, I mean, it's fine. There's a pattern and I'm recognizing it. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. See, we're here in wave 8 now. We only have 1 player with G5 rare ships. That's me. Do have a few players with G5 uncommons, which are almost as good. Depends on the wave. Wave 9 here, it gets a little harder. You see, I have switched to Klingons. Not going after the swarms anymore because the swarms are very tough. In my opinion, they're the toughest hostile in here. And part of that is because it's such an old loop. Just things never got updated. They became old very fast, and the tactic the people running this game have consistently used, if it's old, it doesn't make them enough money, so they ignore it. Basically what it is. New things bring in new money, so let's keep making new things. We're not going to rehash old things. Well, of course, why they put the damn swarms in here in the first place, I don't know, because it goes against it. But here we are, wave 9, and we finished wave 9. I think we are down a few ships. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't tell how many ships we lost. 1 or 2 maybe. Here we go, wave 10. You can see even I have trouble with these Klingon raiders. Lost a bit of hull there. And I think that's the one where it dies. Battleships are not hurting me too much, partly because I have the best crew on the Sanctus. You see, I could barely get through half hull. But at the same time, you do see how much HP, or not that the bar really matters at all. You will see why, but it does have life. It can take some damage. And if you can't kill a certain ship, you should just go to the certain ship type that you can kill. Because otherwise, you're going to go attack a ship that you can't kill and you're just going to blow up. So you might as well go for the ones that you can kill. Now, this is why I say the health bar doesn't really matter, and it really pisses me off. You see how much health there is on this health bar, and there's only 2 hostiles left. How did we lose? How did we lose? Okay, I'm sure that, we lost because we let too many hostiles deal damage to the Doojabob thing, but what the hell? Why was there still health on the health bar? What's the point of the health bar if it's not going to be accurate? It might as well not exist. It's like your gas gauge. If you have an older car, the gas gauge isn't working properly, what the hell is the point of it? You think you got gas in the tank, but guess what? There ain't no gas in the tank. However. Alright, let's go to another one. So getting into wave 10 wasn't that bad. See me here, up here, taking the swarms, and down here taking the battleships. One, that is because of the ship types I have. 2, because I do think the swarms are one of the tougher hostiles to crew for. For the most part, I think everybody has Tal, so you can crew up for the Actians very easily. Janeway, Giorgio, Tal works fantastically. You do need to have somewhat of a big ship to have large hull for some survivability, and maybe Paris below for some mitigation, but they're relatively easy to take out. And if you use your Talios, more than likely you are going to be able to take the Actians and the Borgs, because you're just going to rely on the ship ability of the Talios and Janeway, and you'll be able to take the Borgs. Not the same with these swarms. There's really not... There's no captain that's really specific. I don't know if you noticed this, but this has been happening to me a lot. It's like... You saw how... Selected the ship. The ship menu pops up, and as soon as I go to press the button, it drops. Happens far too often, and I end up going into some screen that I didn't mean to. Frantically trying to hit the attack button, and the peace shield menu comes up. Buttons are in the wrong damn place. However, I can't even remember which video this was. Where did we get? All right, we got the wave 8 this. We got a 38. We do not have as many 50s. We got a 38 there. Is anybody else? Oh, this is this one. Okay. This is the one where we get late in the waves like this. You see wave 8. There's me. I got my 2 ships. This 38 has his 2 ships in here. And this 54, I can't remember who it is. I don't even know who this 38 is either. And the 54 has his 2 ships. That's all we got. But, again, because there's, a health bar on the station here, I don't get why the station didn't blow up there. I mean, it blew up on the other one when it had more health bars showing, but here it has less health bars showing and it doesn't blow up. What? I don't really get it. But here we are, Wave 9. We did like, and I don't think we get through Wave 9, but we did like the last, 7, 8, and 9 with 6 ships. One of them was a 38. Partly because you see what hostiles we're going after. We're going after specific hostiles. We're not just randomly hitting random hostile, whatever hostile shows up in our path. Yes, I understand that you do need to kill. You need to not let a lot of hostiles come through. But if you die, you're not there to stop any hostiles anyway. You might as well find the ships you can kill and kill them. And you see Sompak's almost dead. Well, because I went after a ship that I shouldn't have been going after. But the Sanctus was kicking ass. Pike Moreau data is... That's the reason why. So if you notice that my Sompak is actually a tier higher than the Sanctus, but the Sanctus is outperforming the Sompak. Why is that? Pike Moreau data. So hint, hint, if one of your crews is not Pike Moreau data, you're wrong. And I know I'm telling you to crew ups for specific hostiles, and they're like, oh, well, Pike Moreau data. Well, that's really good for anybody. Well, yeah. I mean, it's just good for anything. On the other ship, the Sompak I have been using, Picard, Beverly, Janeway, it's not as good. It is okay. I think part of the reason why the Sanctus is outperforming, and this will actually tie in a little bit to another video I'm kind of working on, and it's specific for the G5 rares. You can think about the ship abilities for these faction ships, right? The uncommons are usually defense related or base defense related. The rares are usually hostile related, and the epics are usually ship type related, or maybe the associated status effect of that faction, right? Klingons in Hull Breach, Romulans in Burn on a battleship, morale on Explorers for Federation. With Sanctus, its ship ability is shield stripping, much like Yuki. So not only do I have that going for me on this ship, but then this is a ship that I use Hugh and B'Elanna and Odo. I didn't really want to split them up because they kind of go together, right? What's the point of hull breaching if you're not going to get critical hits? What's the point of critical damage increase if you're not going to get critical hits? So all three of them had to be on the same ship, in my opinion. And because it's an interceptor, I want the hull breach on the interceptor, not the explorer. Is that what kind of sucks about the shitty sourcing of the below deck people from Voyager. This is the one where we actually did Wave 10. But you can see here, Mr. 63 here has 2 ships in. 55 over here, that's Becca. 54, I don't remember who this is, and a 49. So there is another strategy there. Mr. 63 doesn't care what hostiles. So it can kind of suck at the same time it kind of helps, because Mr. 63 just, he parks his ships down there. Well, the hostiles are moving. The rest of us can't kill everything. So we do need to be specific about what hostiles we choose. Otherwise, we'll die. And then, fast forwarding. See, here we are later in the wave. You see all these ships coming in. Well, we're losing ships. look at Mr. 49. He's not even joining the fray down here. See Becca, she has both her ships in there. Mr. 54 only had, or Mrs. I don't even remember who 54 is. 54 only has one ship. 49 only has one ship. They're losing ships. Well, that's what happens when you're killing random hostiles. You got to kill more specific hostiles. And here we go. You see this Sompak's about to die. This Sanctus is going to keep going, which is, it's just weird. But that is what it is. And some of that is the isolytic, because putting hull breach on the interceptor, you're getting even more isolytic damage, because that is an artifact. Just like if I had Harry Kim or I had a morale officer, I would get even more isolytic damage because I had morale while using an explorer. It's not the case. We did it. I mean, look. I mean, I guess there are a few less ships coming in on this base here than the first video I showed you. So we actually were able to win. I mean, it says it has half hull, but who the hell really knows what it had? All right. Now, we'll wrap this up here since all the videos are done. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, I'm breaking this thing. It didn't go exactly the way I wanted her to make this, but little tools like this. Yes, I know it seems kind of weird, but at the same time, I mean, she works for a company that can make things like this out of paper, in their sleep. So, wasn't that bad for us. But at the same time, I took screenshots. She actually used my screenshots for this. I screenshotted some of the pages that Jules Verne and Blue Mandalorian had on their little Google spreadsheet, or what is it called? Google document. It's a Google document? I think it was a Google document. Whatever. And then she used those pictures to make these flashcards. You could potentially make flashcards of your own, right? You could just make them. I think there are a few other pictures, and I will try to find some of them and put them up in this video one way or another. Hopefully kind of around now, just so at the very least you can have something. It may be better for you to go look on some of the other Discords. I know on Ultimate DJ's Discord there is a link somewhere to that Google document that Jules Verne and Blue Mandalorian did. There's a lot of great information there. They almost need like their own website or something, or maybe their own Discord for all their charts and such. Maybe. But with these tools, you can understand the position of these hostiles and therefore cruise for these specific hostiles and move your ships out ahead of time. Yes, I understand if you get late in the wave and you got to fall back towards the thing, be harder to get out to one side of it. But maybe use your somewhat faster ship on, stopping the guys that are getting close to the middle and send your slower ship out for the next wave. Might help you. And again, just knowing where the hostiles are going to come from can allow you to get out there quicker and therefore kill them quicker. Therefore, you can move on to another section quicker, hopefully have less in the middle. That can be disastrous. As you saw, just because there's a bunch of hull left on this stupid thingy doesn't mean you actually win, which still pisses me off. I say they robbed us of 1,000 credits. Bullshit. Oh, and what a way to finish the video. See? There you go. Pike Moreau data. Killed a 50. Well, no, this guy was full health. Look at that. I took a ship, a 52 Klingon Raider, which I can't take with my Zompek. I took it with the Sanctus. I took it with the smaller ship. And it barely did damage to me. Comment below. Have you taken my advice? Have you put event store currency into data? Can you now see that it works? I know I'm probably harping on it too much, but I know a lot of people do find enjoyment in this wave, and I want you to have more success. But I really do get I probably should stop harping on that. And what strategy do you use? Do you like the strategy of just covering a certain area regardless of the hostile? Or do you like crewing for specific hostiles and sending your ships to go kill those specific hostiles no matter what position they come out in? I do think that is better, at least for a wider variety of players. For certain players, it's not going to be the best. But for certain players, it really is going to be the best. Be sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.